Timer activated.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the SAGU Sports Network special presentation of the ECAC playoffs. I'm James Lex, and today we're joined by
Hood Rat or Hudson Witten, whatever you call it.
Hudson is a professional Rocket League player at the collegiate ranks, grand champion in the top 2% of the game. I know you don't want to brag, but hey, when you know the game, you know the game.
Yes,
and we're going to jump into a match here between SAGU Purple and Long Island coming up here, round 2 of the Division B playoffs in the ECAC. We got Rocket League tonight, and if you've never seen Rocket League, it's soccer with cars. You got 5 minutes on the clock, score more than the other team, and that is the game. And speaking of, we're hopping right into this match as we have a game here between, again, SAGU and Long Island. And see here. We got in the orange is SAGU, and in the blue is going to be Long Island. For SAGU, you've got Gravy, you've got Blackjack, it's going to say BVK, and lastly you have Jetter. Now, we talked about you're going to got 5 minutes. Go score some goals. You can drive around the field. You can, and you have endless gas. But what these players are going to do is pick up these little yellow, I guess, what do you call those, beams, I guess? Those little...
So, yes, Lex. So, all these things that you see glowing on the field, they're boost pads. So you have the smaller boost pads, like the little circles, and then you have the bigger ones. So the small boost pads are going to give you around 33, 33 boosts or something? I think,
the small ones are 12%, I think.
Yeah, 12%, my bad. It's been a second since I played. And then the full ones are 100. So you can see the boosts are strategically placed. But as we can see, Jet has scored an amazing shot right here.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah,
he
just kind of hops up and just a simple flick.
Yeah.
Again, these cars, unlike our cars that we drive, they're on the ground. You steer left, right, go forward and back. These cars can do that. But with that boost, you are able to make these flips, and see Mitch is able to get a nice little kickoff goal here.
Very, very good job by C. Mitch here.
Yeah.
As he takes advantage of the opening.
Long Island getting a nice little response there to keep this 1-1. Jetter's going to do he's going to go in the air, and there we talk about that rocket boost. There he goes. He's going to go off the back wall. Can anyone follow up? And no! What a save by DAMB.
Yeah, so what we call that there, like Lex was saying, is just using the aerial tactics there. They have bindings on their own controller that they set as their own preference, but using these air tactics can be very beneficial in these top-tier games. So, like to see that.
Here comes SAGU on the offensive side to the middle to Jetter. He's going to go off the backboard, not quite able to cash in. Here comes Gravy just trying to keep the ball on the offensive side. Here comes Jetter. He's got an open net if he can get it in, and Gravy comes in to finish.
Nice. Love to see the teamwork here.
Yeah, just kind of a tricky roll right here, but perfect pass.
Yeah. Hey, it works out.
Can't draw that up much better, and SAGU back in front. SAGU is the 12 seed in this tournament. Long Island's the 5 seed, so you like to see SAGU come out strong here with an early lead, and they seem comfortable. Back defensively, Long Island looks like they might be struggling to just get anything going, get the ball on the right side of the field for them, and make something happen.
Yes, very good pressure by SAGU right now. Hopefully they stop him here, putting some offensive pressure on.
Jetter, it looked like he was going for maybe a pass towards the middle again, but
little dangerous. They cleared it. All good. See if they can cut around this ball. They do.
Oh, a good touch by Gravy, and Jetter's going to finish it. I don't know if he had to, but either way, it's 3-1 SAGU.
Man, starting off strong here.
I mean, that's an ideal pass if you're SAGU.
Top tier.
Yeah, in this game, you can pass, you can shoot, and there's no button on your controller to do these things. You have to just drive your car. So unlike a lot of games well, like say if you're familiar with say Madden or those or even FIFA, there's a button on your controller to shoot and one to pass and one to dribble. And in this game, all you can do is drive the car. It's very close to traditional sports, except car's got rocket boost. Here comes Ben Dipper. He's going to punch this one to the top left, and SAGU maybe left a little too much room.
A little bit too much, but it was also very good placement. As you can see, he puts it far left post and just beats the defender. So, great shot.
As we come here to this is what's called a kickoff right here. That ball's just placed in the middle, first one there. And we saw earlier Long Island was able to capitalize very quickly and get a goal. They seem to have that strategy down as, again, coming out of this kickoff, they're in a very good position. A miss there by C. Mitch. We'll see if Jetter can make them pay. But Danby is
shot
back.
On target.
And
and what just happened here?
It looked like there might have been a miss, but either way, Blackjack's going to join the scoring party.
He might have hit or... Yeah, he hit it again.
He just gave it a second touch. So in Rocket League, this arena is a closed arena. There's a ceiling, but the corners, because you have cars, they're not like tight corners. They're not like a pool table where the ball can kind of, exit the table. They're very wide corners. They cut off at a 45, and sometimes when you hit the ball high off the corner, it's very hard to read, even for the elite players. And Jetter just had a perfect read on it, made it look very easy. And SAGU up 2 goals, and they're coming up on 60 seconds left. Speaking of Jetter.
Very good start for SAGU here in Game 1. Oh, a big miss. Easily cleared.
Ben Dipper says, let's get this one going the right direction here for Long Island. And here we go, 1 minute remaining. You see on the screen, 60 seconds. Long Island, they're going to have to find something. Here comes Ben Dipper, but he's out of boost. And he misses the ball. C-Mitch comes in, and it's a 1-goal game.
Very interesting here.
Ooh, is there anything SAGU could have done right there?
I think Jet maybe got caught off a little bit. But hey, what can you do? So sometimes a little bit mess ups happen, but very good by SAGU still.
SAGU got to get in a dangerous position here. Jetter comes through. Ball still in a dangerous spot. And there goes Ben, and it goes off the crossbar. Here comes Danby, and he's going to punch that in the bottom right corner. We have ourselves a tie game.
Here just was a double commit. So other than that, just a little bit more communication. I think they'll be fine here.
For those unfamiliar with the game, can you describe like what a double commit is and why you wouldn't want to do that?
Of course. So double commit really is just you're throwing 2 people at the ball, so it's leaving really your third man back in a really tough spot. But other than that, like as you saw, they were second and third man there, so it was even worse for them because they didn't really have someone to follow up quickly to fix their mistake. So
I should have mentioned this earlier. This is 3v3, so if one of your teammates is out, it's our instant advantage for the other team. With only a few cars on the pitch here on the field. It's 4-4. The clock's going to run to 0, but as long as it doesn't touch the ground, you keep playing. Touches the ground pretty quickly there. It looked like just trying to kill the ball, and we head to overtime in game number 1. Early going here. SAGU playing some defense. Danby's going to go high off the corner. Tricky touch. Good pass to the middle, but no one there to follow. Another pass to the middle.
Very good backboard.
Yeah, Jetter's clearing.
Like that positioning by Jet.
Here comes Ben Dipper. He's out of boost. There's one of those demos we talked about. You see the word boom and that smoke come across the field.
Oh, it's on.
It was on target.
It looked like it was
a little high. It was just a bit high. If that's any lower, that might have been game 1. But as it stands, what have you seen out of these teams so far here? 40 seconds in the game.
I think it's really going to be up to whoever's going to make that first mistake. I think just coming into this playoff game, people are nervous, and, hey, it's the first game. So I like to call the first game the practice game, and then the second and through the last are going to be the ones where you're going to show up.
Yeah, and good point bring up the nerves.
Both teams are showing up. Yeah, nerves.
Long Island, they're 5 playing a 12 seed. They don't want to lose game 1. Found a way to get 2 goals, but looks like they're struggling here to get something going here in overtime.
Some good possession here.
He's going to go off that corner. I talked about how tricky it is to play. Play caught a little bit with the wall. Jetter,
should be able to get around.
There. Either way, blackjack to the middle. No one coming.
Yeah, we need to see a little bit more second man presence by SAGU here. What I mean by that is you have your first man hitting and there's not really a follow-up happening.
Yeah.
So if we, like right here, he's going to just be able to clear it. So if we have someone there, we can get a little bit more pressure.
Oh, a great touch by Ben Dipper. He takes it off the top of the backboard and Long Island secures the Game 1 victory. Did he miss that? Or was he actually...
Well, that is a really hard read off that backboard. So, but getting in that position, I would just say, like I was saying, that second man needs to be present so they can have that pressure like they were putting on in the first half of the game. So, but great job from both teams here, and looking forward to game 2.
SAGU outshot, if I'm doing the math right, 15-7. So literally twice the amount of shots on goal for Long Island.
Man.
Only 1 more goal though, so maybe some credit in SAGU's defense on that game.
Yeah, that is crazy though, 15-7. But
and that game went to overtime.
Yeah,
that was just a crazy game on many accounts. 9 goals scored in a matter of about 10 minutes. That right there, that's that kickoff we were talking about earlier. It's kind of almost a set piece.
Did they have 2 kickoffs, or was it just that one?
They got that one, but they got in such good position on some of their others.
Some of the others, yeah.
Right there. What a good pass from Jetter.
Very, very good.
Jetter's really improved this season. He wants to.
I really like this play too.
Yes.
This was really nice. Really good flick out. Who was that by? The assist?
I think it was Gravy.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
Yeah. The high-level players, they love to see that ball just floating there towards the middle. Give them that all day. They're going to score at this level. All these players have about 1,000 hours in the game of Rocket League. So, by comparison, the highest level pros, maybe 8 to 12,000 hours. So these guys, they're well on their way. But still, 1,000 hours in anything, you're gonna get pretty good at it. And SAGU has definitely improved this season.
Yes.
Blackjack's going to do just a quick touch. Jetter, last man back. He's got to get the touch, and he does.
Good save.
Got demoed. Paid the price, but kept it scoreless.
Jack should be able to get this. Hopefully.
And Ben Dipper's
good
been coming.
50 by Mitch here. Ooh,
and it's floating.
And a great save by Gravy.
It's just reactions there for SAGU, right? I mean.
Yeah. Just throw your car up. Hopefully you save it there. Or good positioning-wise, but still.
Blackjack. Again, trying to get some of that presence you talked about in the middle of the field.
Yeah, very good second-man position right there to get that 50, so it stays contested.
Oh, a little maybe miscommunication there by Long Island. SAGU going to see if they can create something out of it. Here comes Jetter. Gets over his head. Ben Dipper looked like he was going for that bump, and Blackjack's got an open net if he can get there, but Danby is able to clean up the mess a bit. Easy pass to the middle. Good clear. And right now the teams looks like they're struggling to get any kind of consistency on their possessions.
Definitely agree. I think they're very both teams are being hesitant right now, wanting to score this first goal, making sure they don't get scored on themselves. So
yeah, definitely more patient gameplay here in game number 2.
Sure.
Very unlikely we'll see 9 goals scored, but usually in Rocket League, I mean, when one team scores, it kind of opens the floodgates. So don't want to rule it out, but here comes Jetter. He's going to poke that to the corner, but again, no one there to keep control as he picks it back up. A lot of balls in this game.
Going for more bumps here.
Yeah.
I like it.
Big clear by Ben Dipper. We're seeing a lot of passes going off the corners. They're not going off, say, the sidewalls, the ceiling. They're aiming for that corner, and it's such a tough read that, speaking of, it's such a tough read that it's creating opportunity, and Jetter dives to make that save.
Yeah, what I tell the Lions team too, when in our season, like one thing that I would like to work on is trying to keep out of those corners, because in Rocket League, the rule of thumb for higher up gameplay is their corners, or so if you're defending, your corner is actually one of the safest places on the field because you can control it so well if you know how to play the corner.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like when you're going on offense, try to keep it out of those corners and play more midfield. And that's what I would like to see a little bit more of from here, which we did see on that one pass in Game 1.
And Jetter lines it up, and he is going to draw first blood 3 minutes into this game. Tell me what you saw on this play.
Just a great overall flick there off of the top roof of his car, so really good.
Beat 2 players on that one. He's going to clip that as SAGU, once again, they've got this 1-0 lead. The underdogs playing strong here.
Have a follow-up here?
Maybe. Here comes Gravy. Up ahead to Blackjack, and
almost.
I don't know if he could have. If he passes that back, that's a wide open net, but that's what we're talking about, maybe next level play. It's very simple. This one's going to go towards SAGU goal. It's going to be just wide right, and somehow they're able to save it. And SAGU maintains the 1-goal lead with 90 seconds left in this game.
Very good demos. I like that.
I feel like SAGU may be getting a little bit more physical in this one, bumping players around. This one's go to the front, but
where's our third man?
No one back for SAGU, but Gravy I think it was Gravy came in to make a quick save.
Oh,
another
almost
close
an own
one.
Goal too.
Long Island has made some great shots. They're just a few pixels off. Otherwise, this could be a 3-1 game in favor of them, for sure.
I'm curious how many shots they have on net compared to last game. I wonder if they
had, what, 15 last game?
15.
Definitely feels like they've had fewer opportunities as SAGU has definitely been poking the ball forward. As we make sure we don't speak too soon. Here comes their offense. They keep getting chances on the net.
Going for those demo plays, too, in the backfield right there. Blackjack
out of boost. He's in a bad spot here. Gravy going to keep, again, off that corner. Jetter's going to go. Might have went to play a little defense, but thought better of it. Here comes Danby. He's going to go off the sidewall, look for a pass to the middle right here. Never really materialized. And he overshoots the back pass. Wide open net, and Gravy almost gets there. It's a 1-goal game. SAGU has to keep this lead for a few more seconds. Ball's going to hit the ground, and if it hits the ground, that's the game, and that is the game. GG's. It's a 1-1 series. Number 12, SAGU, gets a game off of number 5, Long Island. And like we said, 15 shots. How do you feel about maybe 8? little bit better. A little bit better. I think they did a really good job, SAGU, controlling that midfield. Better than the first game for sure. Sort of crazy to see they still have that many shots on net, though, because I felt like offense was controlled by SAGU. Yeah.
So
7 saves by the Lions. They were busy.
Very good.
On the defensive side. So all around a great game. They're going to have to do that to beat one of the best teams here in the ECAC in Division B. Let's take a look at Bin Dipper right here. This is from game number 1. He goes and he misses there, but again, that gets mentioned, the second man. That's the follow-up you want that the Lions are looking for.
Yeah, sometimes like those are just hard to read, and it's sometimes unfortunate. But I say just take your time, know where your opponents are, and then you'll be able to adapt from that, and hopefully make the best that you can make the play. So.
Yeah, here this is from game number 2. This is, I believe, the only goal scored was Jetter. He just kind of gets set up and just
that's a really good flick.
Clean flick. That was the difference. That's how close and evenly matched these teams are. Just one touch on the ball is all the difference. Now we saw right there 50-50. You describe a 50-50 and kind of what teams are doing when they both kind of go for that. As this one's going to go towards the net, and it's going to be just wide, or else that was SAGU getting another 1-0 lead. But another shot on goal. SAGU, they don't want us to talk about anything except scoring here. Here comes Blackjack flying across the middle, and he punches it in the bottom right corner, and it is a 1-0 lead to start.
Very, very good read by Jack here.
His car is outside of the goal, and he pokes it back in as his car is moving away. It's a very difficult move, is it not?
For sure, yes. And we got an opportunity here by Gravy.
Oh, he misses the touch.
Hey, but his teammate was there. Almost a crazy passing
play. Good demo there by Dan B. That was close.
Like to see SAGU up here. Good.
Gravy gets the poke. Does he have enough? Oh, barely saved. Gravy to the middle, but it's an awkward positioning. Overall, good for the Lions. Back to the middle.
Good pressure here. I would like to see more pressure. Stick on it. Very good.
Gravy misses there. Another demo by Long Island. They've been doing that all game long. And going back to what we were talking about it earlier, these 50-50s, just describe what they are, and SAGU's done pretty well with them so far.
They've done really good. So 50-50s are pretty much like it sounds like. You got two players going on the ball at the same time, hitting it at the same time, and you're trying to pretty much overpower them so you could get the ball in your favor pretty much. And that's pretty much what a 50-50 is.
Like right there.
So just like that. And ways you can pretty much, I would say, tool it into the way that you want it, like 50 how you want it, is just by practicing and knowing how the ball is going to react when you hit it against another player's car. So there's different ways to 50 it. There's slow 50s, there's fast 50s, there's different types, and you just got to know at the right moment when to do those correct ones.
Game of Rocket League is a game of patience, positioning, but these little details like a slow 50 or a fast 50. Jetter with a great 50 right there. It's a wide open net. If he can get it to the middle, he does, and Gravy's going to punch it in and make sure that one goes and give SAGU a 2-goal lead.
I'm not going to say anything, but Gravy right here is stealing this goal from his teammate right here.
Well, so this is the thing in Rocket League when a teammate has the ball going towards the goal, and by all accounts it's going in, you shouldn't touch it, because otherwise you get the credit. You get a few more points on the scoreboard, and that's just kind of a thing in the game. But
all fun and games, though.
All fun and games. In competitive play, there is a bit of this attitude.
Yeah.
If you have a chance to put the ball in the back of the net, you should always take that chance. A good 50 there by Blackjack. And this is still dangerous for Long Island. And Jetter, who else, going to punch in the bottom right corner. Seems to be the place tonight for SAGU.
Very, very good first touch by Jet there. As you can see, when he hits that corner, it actually makes it very, very awkward for the defense. It bounces up and awkwardly for the goalie, and Jet takes advantage of that. Very good.
Let's talk about this Lions team responding from that overtime loss in Game 1. They haven't given up a goal yet. We're coming up on 8 minutes of play, and they've outscored Long Island 4-1. This has to be what you want to see if you're a Lions fan.
Yeah, doing very good. They've kept them scoreless, for 7.5 minutes now?
Yeah.
So, very, very good.
Now, Ben Dipper, dangerous in Game 1. Have you seen anything in how the Lions have been able to keep him out of dangerous positions in terms of protection? Woo! Close one right there.
Honestly, I would just say the overall rotation on offense, because if you're changing your rotation on offense, like I feel like their second man is playing a lot faster now and they're connecting more. So once that's unstable, they're going to actually have less opportunities to do things. So then in that sense, it's going to sort of cancel out what they're doing or what they did in Game 1.
Speaking of Ben Dipper, here he comes, but only able to get a pass off the backboard, but
very
dangerous position for the Lions, and there he is. Ben Dipper returns to Game 3, and 90 seconds left. 2 goals is plenty of time for Long Island to get back in this one.
Yes, that was really good by Ben Dipper. As he came off that backboard, you can actually see him get that perfect flip that he needed to get back towards the net and cause another defender to come out. And even to turn back around and follow it up was very, very good. I have a hard pinch
mid. This one goes to the middle. A good 50 there by Long Island. The Sharks are playing well.
Almost on target shot.
Ooh. Seems like they 50. Might be. Feels like they're heating up here, Game 3.
Yeah. Good 50. Can they follow?
No, it was in a good position for the Lions, but
here comes Blackjack. Look at that.
Blackjack lines that one up.
That's what I like to see, because as you can see, they're playing more as a unit and they're playing tighter. If you play tighter, and I heard them tell me this a couple weeks ago when they were explaining, hey, if we just play tighter, we're going to do a lot better, and that's what they're doing right now. They're not spaced out, and they're playing as a team and playing within a triangle, which is what you want to do on rotation. And I can explain that later in a moment.
Yeah. Now, in this game, you have this thing called pre-jumping where you jump your car and you just expect a teammate to pass the ball to you, or you're going to expect something to happen. And Blackjack right there pre-jumps. I mean, he's flying across from beyond maybe midfield, and he comes all the way in. But that just comes from the chemistry of playing together. This team has improved all year long. This is their 9th game of the season. And even though they're the underdog, they feel very confident right now, as Ben Dipper is going to say, don't close the books on this just yet. Gravy.
Very, very
How about
good
that save? As that one, is that going to roll in? It's close. It's going to not. And either way, this is almost certainly it for the Sharks, as SAGU, they're going to respond after that Game 1 overtime loss. And we have ourselves a 2-1 series lead in favor of SAGU. Fist bumps all around for Blackjack, the MVP.
Very, very good job by SAGU here. Love they kept them, what? It's 5 to 1 goals. Because from Game 2, they scoreless, so
outshot
very,
them
very
9-5. First game this series, SAGU's offense has been able to have more, at least attempts at the goal than the Sharks.
Very, very good.
How about like that? Just the team spread there on the scores from 414 to 380. So I know scores a little bit. It's questionable, but the score does kind of indicate all players were playing very well that game. They were all participating, getting time on the ball. There's Gravy right there. Purists of the game are crying and weeping, but at the end of the day, that's a goal that gets you closer to a win. Bottom right corner, Jetter goes, I'll take that one. This play right here, Ben Dipper just doesn't give up on the ball.
Was really, really good here. And he comes back around, as you can see. He stays tight-knit to the net, and he gets the goal because of it. So, very, very good.
Yeah, that was their only goal of the game. But, that right there, that pre-jump, I'm telling you, see Blackjack's flying
I didn't
across.
even see him at
you don't.
At the start, and he's just in there.
Yeah, and that just comes from knowing the game and, more importantly, knowing your team. All right, best of 7 series here. SAGU needs 4. They've got 2. But the Sharks, they're going to look to even this up here.
A big miss.
A miss, but SAGU not really able to capitalize yet. Oh, that one went off the corner. Tough
an awkward
read.
Miss. Another awkward miss. Oh, no.
Everyone's missing here. This is a messy, sloppy play that at the moment is...
Oh, my goodness, it's still going on.
It's a... So in soccer,
out. It's out.
In soccer, you have an area called the box right around the goal. And in Rocket League, you have it too. It's not quite a rectangle, but you can kind of see as the hex pattern there on the field.
Ooh.
And here goes Chaos. And was that a substitution, or am I just missing it? Either way, Chaos is going to help out the Sharks here to a 1-0 lead. I guess so. I've just missed that name. I apologize. But at any rate, exactly what the doctor ordered. They needed a lead. They haven't really had one other than, I guess, that overtime goal was the only time they've had a lead in a game in the series, which if you're going to have one, I guess, overtime. Here comes Jetter down the middle. Bounces it off the ground.
Hey, whatever works, Get it under the defender.
How about that
gets
pass?
a goal.
Ooh. Blackjack gets
Maybe
to the
Chaos there expecting a little bit higher shot. So
for sure. Either way, the equalizer coming in, and this might be another high-scoring affair like game number 1. We're not even 20% in this game, and 2 goals scored. Ben Dipper right down the middle, and a great touch. Some chemistry from the Sharks.
Should be a clear here. Very good clear.
Now, in Rocket League, the cars, they largely have the same weight. They are shaped a little differently, but the wheels, they have no bearing on, say, the car's speed. Those are simply what we call cosmetics, just how they look. Jetter gets a demo in the middle there, and SAGU just trying to clear it here. This one's going to be left slow in the middle again. Good positioning for the Sharks. But yeah, going back to the cosmetics, they don't have a huge impact on the game. They're just for looks. But some players just promise that a certain car look just makes them feel faster.
Well, you do have actually like the Dominus and Octane, and those are a little bit different, but it's more so just the hitbox. But
Which
if
is
you
just
get
the
more,
area around the car that
area
is going
around
to
the
go,
car.
that's going to hit, that actually hits the ball. And
just like that.
here comes Long Island. They're back in front.
But yeah, going back on like the car hitbox and stuff like that, you also have like the Dominus. It flips a lot more, a lot slower. That car right there that you just saw, it flips a lot slower. So that's why I like to stick or stay away from it actually. So
versus the Octane, which we see right now, you're saying the Dominus, just when you go to do that flip, it's slower.
Honestly, I don't know if that's actually true, but in my head,
but it feels it anyway.
It feels like it's slow. So
it's a mental game and a game of
for sure
pixels with cars and hitting around this soccer ball.
But
so you avoid the Dominus.
I used to actually main it. I used to even main Batmobile, which that's really slow, but because it's just so big. But
it's a very flat car, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. It's a graham cracker shape. That's just a single one laying down versus some of these cars. Here comes Jetter down the middle. Bin Zipper makes the read. As we have ourselves, again, Long Island, they're the number 5 seed. They do not want to go down in round number 2. They're allowing SAGU to get to the corner finals.
Good clear. I like this. If we can follow up here, good 50. Can we get another follow?
Not quite yet. It looks like it's going to be a rotation back. Here comes Blackjack. He looks like he's going to want to make a play off the wall. Ball gets away from him. And right now, no control at midfield by either team.
Yeah, I think I would like to see a little bit more, not dribbling action, but just keeping the ball a little bit closer so they can force these 50s and keep possession. I think that would help them a lot right now.
We talk about dribbling, so if you know basketball, you think of the ball kind of bouncing off the ground. In Rocket League, I don't know that it'd be very hard to do. It's more of, I guess, just keeping the car near, or keeping the ball near your car. Is that
keeping the ball near, or keeping it in a place where you can follow up before your defender, really?
Because Jetter is going to go take a shot there, but no one there to follow the ball.
Yeah, that was a little awkward. There was like a lot of time where the ball was just not even being touched there.
Bin Dipper tries to snipe one quick. He's going to go
off the crossbar.
Off the right
crossbar
post.
Again.
And cleared away. SAGU survives, but we're down under 60 seconds. They need to go find a goal pretty quickly here.
I like the control. That was good.
Right there was the dribbling you wanted to see. This one's up in the middle. Jetter's
going
to punch it in.
There it is.
Right here, Gravy. He wins that 50. That sets up this whole play.
It just makes it awkward for the opposing team.
Now Jetter this season, he's gotten so much more comfortable in the air, making adjustments, and it's paying off in the playoffs. In Game 4, man, right now, it was because of a 7-game series, dangerous play here. Because 7-game series, if SAGU wins, they're up 3-1. But if they lose, you're back to tied. It's even.
Ooh.
Is this going to pop up? This is dangerous play here for the Lions. Close 50 here. No boost by Bin Zipper, and Gravy's going to lose control. Blackjack's the last man back, but
should be okay.
Right here, he maintains the control. Tries to make a play
off
the ceiling to the middle, but doesn't look like anyone's there. Here comes DAMB and that Dominus.
Might be something here for...
And it's going to go and end up touching the ground. Now, much like in basketball, if you shoot the ball, it's in the air, and the clock goes 0. You keep going until the ball hits the rim. Here, it's similar. You just keep going until the ball hits the ground. And both teams apparently okay with going to a kickoff. Here comes the Lions. Blackjack gets a touch, and he gets it in. And in overtime, SAGU responds, and they're up 3-1 in the series. How about Blackjack putting the team on his back?
I know. It's like out of nowhere, he's just like zooming. He's just going so quick. And he got to that ball before the defender and put a shot on.
Calls his own number, and he's going to get the overtime win. And
7 shots from Jet?
Wow.
What?
He almost outshot the Sharks by himself that game. And this offense for SAGU, I don't know what adjustments they've made after Game 1, but it's working.
Yeah, for sure. And then 9 shots to 9 shots. There, we got an even shot ratio. But, man, it's a good game.
Yeah.
Good series.
You know, Long Island, they're having to gets 6 saves there. Like, they have not had to do that most of this series, but right here, they got the scoring going very early in the game. We wondered if there'd be just a lot of scoring overall. Not so much, as the teams kind of figured it out. Comes Jet just down the middle, that touch, just to bounce it off the ground. Not a standard shot, I guess, going off the ground on that play, but
hey, it works.
It works.
Whatever works.
Here we see Danby. He was feeling pretty good.
Very good 50 right there by Gravy.
Yeah, that set this whole. It was really a pass, is what it ended up being. He probably gets the assist there. Much like in basketball, you could pass to a player for a dunk or a shot, and that's exactly what we just saw there. Is we head to Game 5, SAGU on the verge of going to the quarterfinals. Long Island, they're hoping to avoid an upset here as the number 5 seed. Now, on the in this bracket that SAGU is in, they are obviously, like I mentioned, they're the underdogs. But if they win, they will play another team that just had an upset, which is the BU Pilots. They upset Barron last night, number 4 seed. So the number 4 seed and the 5 seed could be going down back-to-back nights, and it's absolute mayhem in the playoff bracket if that's what happens. As here we see SAGU keeping the offensive pressure up. Jet calls his own number. Gravy goes for the follow. Not quite enough. Man, what does
pass?
Yeah, it's going to work out.
Interesting pass, but I'll believe it's calculated. I believe it's calculated.
It's so funny in Rocket League. Sometimes the best plays are the accidents because they're just so unexpected.
Like, it was a good pass. It just was it intentional? I think it was.
We're going to say it was in this case. What does Long Island need to do here to get back in this game, pick up a game, force Game 6?
Honestly, I think rotation is a big thing in this in these lobbies and ECAC. And honestly, if you're communicating with your team, and like I was talking about that triangle, if you create a triangle for your team, you'll be really good, and your team can beat better teams than you thought. So,
what do you feel is like the toughest thing for younger competitors here at the collegiate level? What's something that you see them do and you go, avoid that? What's like a common
just avoid
thing?
that. So
rotations.
Yeah, it could be multiple things. I would say, like, if you're champ, high champ in that area, I would just say you don't really always have to go to the ball. You just play the field instead of playing the ball more so. So play positional, but also don't make that seem like you just don't go for the ball, if that makes sense.
Like right there is a pass to the middle that Danby cashes in easily. He's expecting
very
the pass.
Good pass by here, by Ben here, Ben Dipper.
Yeah.
It's a funny name.
It is. And Ben has been all over the field. He has been flying around, and coming up on halftime here of game number 5, SAGU finds themselves in a little hole. And I also feel like this game, I feel like Long Island's had much better offensive presence than SAGU.
And they got the first goal again, just like they did in Game 4. We'll see if SAGU can turn around and shut them out like they did last game, though.
I don't have any statistics, but I would. Well, what percent of games would you say you win if you scored the first goal? Better than 50, right?
I would think so, yeah. At least more than 50.
I would say it's 60, maybe even 70% if you get that first goal, just mentally. It's so tough because you're having to play catch up.
And even especially, like, from games I've played in the past, like, if you're going into a game that it's the game where you're going to win the series, it's even more difficult. It plays in an even bigger mental capacity than even the other ones. So on top of that, maybe even 70%. You never know. But we'll see. We'll see what SAGU does here.
Now, this game is soccer with cars, essentially, but I feel like it has the speed of hockey, just the way the ball moves up and down the court, much in the way a puck moves up and down the ice. So you have to just be ready because you get caught off guard.
Yeah, Ben Dipper backflipping here, missing the save.
I mean,
or he's just backwards. My fault.
Yeah, He
It's
was
an
just awkward position. Gravy just saw that and said, let me just take a shot downfield. And sometimes that
Hey, it
works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to do a dribble and something like
Oh,
this off the
another
wall.
shot.
Yeah,
Ooh.
might as well go for it. You've tied it up.
Another good pass potentially. Second man, a little bit late.
Gravy in a tricky spot right here.
A good
take
shot.
that
A great
shot.
save.
Jeter has been so clutch, being at the right corner of where it's like he can read the minds of the Sharks and just know, I need to protect this. Still a difficult spot for the Lions. Blackjack gets a touch, not out of the woods yet. Here comes Jeter with a little boost to the middle to Gravy to pass it. Oh, he would like that one back, but that is great rotation right there. Ben Dipper, he's going to attempt to make another pass to the middle, but who else? Jeter making a clutch save.
A little scary for SAGU here.
Clutch up ahead to Blackjack. Oh, if Danby doesn't cut that off, that's probably another goal for the Lions. As it stands, we're down to 30 seconds, and remember, SAGU, they need to win this game to advance. But it's for Long Island, do or die. They cannot give up an inch. Do they have it in them?
Oh!
Jeter clutches up here. 12 ticks left on the clock, off the sidewall. Gets that flip. They were
that's
not
a really
expecting
good
that
touch.
flip.
Wow. I didn't even see that the first time I saw it. That was a really good touch.
Yeah, he jumps off the wall, but he has, in Rocket League, you have a flip as well. And he used that at just the right time. That's a very difficult touch.
What we call those is like pre-flip, or I call them pre-flip aerials. Like you're pre-flipping into the ball so you can get that powerful touch. But he did it perfectly there, and it works out in their favor.
Long Island cannot let the ball touch the ground. It's not at a good spot, and SAGU is going to come away with the Game 5 win, and they are going to the quarterfinals. The 12th seeded SAGU Lions in what is basically, essentially their first playoff experience, and they're gonna move on with a very real chance to make it to semis. How about this game by Jeter? 2 saves, 4 shots, an assist goal. He did it all.
Oh, yeah. He throughout all those games, he showed up. Very, very, very good by Jet. How many teams are left now in this bracket?
We are down to 8, I believe. We can't say the phrase that's used in March Madness because they have that, but it is we'll say the excellent 8 here, as SAGU really stepped up in this game, coming off that overtime loss. How about this team responding?
Yeah, from that first game, like they were up 4-2 as well, and going down 3 goals in a row, like coming back from that and winning, 4 straight?
Yeah.
Very, very good from SAGU here.
Including an overtime win. Long Island really played well. They fought back. This never really felt like it was over until literally the ball actually touched the ground in Game 5. And tell me what you saw out of Gravy and just the rest of the team here. Like, what did you see out of them tonight and their growth as they get ready to have a quarterfinal matchup against BU?
Yeah, I would just say, honestly, that it looked like the team was just knowing what each other were doing. There was obviously some double commits, but honestly, I don't think I saw more than 4, 3 maybe?
Yeah, in 5 games.
Not even that many. So that's really step up from the rest of the season. I haven't watched much, to be honest, but
you know the game of Rocket League.
I know the game of Rocket League, and even my team or teams I play with just online, we double commit quite a few times as well, and to see this out of a team is really impressive.
All about how you bounce back, and boy,
did
SAGU Team Purple bounce back. They're going to play next week. We'll get you the date and time in a second here, but they'll play the Bethel Pilots of Tennessee, 13th seeded in the 12th seed. So this is going to be a great game. We will have it here on the SAGU Sports Network. But you guys gotta be connected. You want to watch these games. You got to keep up with the advancing teams here in playoffs. We got playoffs tomorrow night. We've had playoffs all week.
Yeah.
We got playoffs tomorrow night. Call of Duty, Super Smash Brothers. They got a championship game on Monday. Make sure you guys are back for that. And then obviously Rocket League Purple, they're going to look to make the semifinals for the first time in their history. So a lot happening, but you guys got to get connected. You got to follow SAGU Esports on Instagram and Twitter, but the best place is Discord. Discord's great because when you join, you can talk to guys like Hudson here, and just if you have a question about Rocket League, you're there to answer, are you not?
Hey, yeah, I'm very analytical, so I might get in a little bit too much debt.
Hey,
but
if you want to get better, so if you're a high school out there, if you're playing Rocket League and you're wondering about maybe joining SAGU, join Discord. They're happy to talk to you, man. A lot of guys on these teams, they love the game, and they just love talking about the game with anyone. So make sure you get connected on Discord, Twitch, YouTube, obviously. All right, closing thoughts from the game. What would you say, just in summary, of how that game went for SAGU, getting a 4-1 series win?
Yeah, I would just say, honestly, they impressed me. They did really, really good in rotations. Some things could have been a little faster here and there, but overall they worked as a team and got some passing plays.
Yeah.
Some really good passing plays. That went off the sidewall by Gravy to, I think it was Jet,
yeah,
which was really, really good. But other than that, very, very good job from them tonight, and looking forward to seeing what they do tomorrow.
Hopefully they'll take that with them into next week's matchup against Bethel. Again, that'll be on right here on SAGU Sports Network. Make sure that you are subscribed on YouTube, you're following on Twitch, because you need to see what's going to happen if we can. Man, who knows? They could go all the way. You don't know. They played so well, such good chemistry. You just have to wonder. All right, thank you guys for watching tonight's presentation of the ECAC playoffs here on the SAGU Sports Network. We'll be back next week. Have a good night.